Good morning, everybody. Been busy with work here lately, so kind of absent a little bit. Absent a little bit. Sorry about the delay, but we're gonna try and get some streaming done today. It's kind of a day off, and working on getting some more streaming done. Early in the mornings and stuff. All right. So I'm having issues with. Uh, Still early in the morning. Can't think straight. Um, I want to continue our playthrough of Distant Universe, Distant, Distant Stars Universe, I think is what it's called. But I am having some issues with the music and stuff being striked on YouTube. So we're going to switch to this. I just recently started playing this. I haven't played it for very long. Well, I played it for a while. We're going to switch to Transport Paper 2 with mods. I played the base game for a while, got used to it, enjoyed it. We're going to generate a new map, start all over again. I want to turn the hilliness down just a little bit. There we go. We're going to do temperate. We're going to do custom. And as you can see, here's all the mods. If you want to go back in the video to see what all the mods are I'm using. A lot of this is from uh, people I've been watching play. So scroll through it really slow. I just recently added a few. We're going to add this more colors. We're going to try to use those. There's another color one I need to turn on. No, it's not that one. Industry expanded, which is going to give us a whole bunch of different industry. I think it's this one. You turn that one off. I'm using a different one that gives us more colors. So we're going to be running temperate American. Town names are going to be American. The difficulty is going to be medium for now. We're going to start in 1850 through. Let's just do a large map. I want lots of towns. We're all 1 by 2. Could go 1x3. $16 towns, 97 industries. Let's just do 1x2. That's 1x1. How many industries a town is that? 1699. You know what? This looks good. Let's do this. Let's do the 16 towns, 99 industries. I could bump this up a little bit to higher. What is that? It's 132 industries. No, let's cut it down some. All right, I think this is going to be our map. I think we're just going to go ahead and go next. And start. Now, the goal, there's not really an end date to this, so the goal is pretty much going to be connect all the towns, grow the towns as big as possible. And yeah, I'll quit and restart or whatever, I feel like it's ran far enough. It's probably not going to be a very short series, just to start as universe. I still plan on continuing that one. Like I said, the problem is I got to get that stuff cleared up with YouTube before I get started with that. I've actually reached out to Slytherin. Maybe I'll be back to help me with that. As soon as I can get that cleared up, we will be alternating between this and that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut this down to half speed so it doesn't progress as fast. I would turn the music on, but I'm afraid if I turn the music on, we're going to get a strike. I'm going to have to set up some other type of like background music or something. I really hate that games, yeah, just really dislike that. Go away. All right. So in this game, transport distance is king. A little laggy. So like, let me see here. So for instance, if I go up here and I find some oil, so I have oil here. Wow. I could just transport it right here, or this is crude oil. I could transport it up here and get oil, and then transport the oil down here, get fuel. The better way to do it would be to transport the oil from here down here, and then maybe even back up to here to get plastics, while siphoning a little bit off to run this fuel to sell to Santa Clara. All right, or Phoenix, or transport it back up here while we're bringing it to, etc. But at first, it's better to find an industry that's relatively close and you can get going with like horse and carriage. We're going to look around here a little bit. Actually, here's a perfect one. I can sell the Augusta, I can sell the Corpus Christi for fuel. Oil. Crude, oil, fuel to Augusta, fuel to Corpus Christi. So that's what I'm going to do. This is where we're going to start. I'm not worried about the roads right now. All I want to do is grab one of these. I want to make this as close to the road as possible that it turn tutorials off. I need to find out if I can do that. I want to put them, I don't need to put these like right here. I just need to be in contact with the station. So for right now, I'm not too worried about the cost or what have you. I'm going to put one here. And then one there. And then one there. That'll start our chain. However, oh, I need one of these road depots. We're just going to toss it out here somewhere. Actually, it's going to start. Our production will start here. So I'm going to stick the road there. I am going to make just a few little changes here. I want to I had to make this travel time as short as possible if I can. I know I said I wasn't going to worry too much about the roads. Let's start. Make our roads, for now, we're going to make our roads short. Save us a little bit of money because we're not cutting through a whole bunch into land. This is all alone, by the way, so I think I want to move this if I can. And while we're paused, you get full refund for that. Always, one of my biggest suggestions is if you can, always pause the game while you're doing changes. First off, if you break a line, it's easy to repair it. You don't lose a whole bunch. All right. So now we've got a short route. All right. So our first line is going to be from Corpus Christi East, Corpus Christi South. No, I'm not doing it that way. Sorry. Corpus Christi South. One route. We're going to change this to a full on black. And we will create a new line. And it'll go from Corpus Christi South to Augusta North. We'll make this a lighter black. All right. So go ahead here, rename this line. Corpus Crude. So I know that's Corpus Christi Crude. And this will be, we'll go ahead and just name this Corpus. Sometimes I double name it, just depends. Corpus Oil. Okay, and we're gonna wait for this to populate just a little bit. One thing I did notice. Oop, excuse me. Hiccup. Um, one thing. One thing I did notice is. Oh, come on now. I hate when it does this Kirby thing. I want to connect these two lines right there. We're going to leave this line intact, though. I mean, I probably don't need it, but I'm just going to leave it. I like leaving the connections if I can. So we're going to let this crude oil build up. And then as it builds up, I'm going to build another road. Probably from here down to service this area. And then this will just be up to Corpus. There's no sense in me starting vehicles. There's no sense in me starting vehicles that I'm not going to be delivering anything. So we're going to go hire us a few vehicles. Yeah, right now the only thing we have are these horse-drawn carriages. We're going to buy. When you first start out, you need a lot of them. So we're going to buy like 15 of them. We're just going to go ahead and just buy it, be done with it. Should be done with it. Color them black, same as the line. Put them on that line right there like that. All right. We're going to do the same thing for the other line. We're going to come in here. We're going to buy some vehicles. And that's a shorter route. So I could probably get away with a few less. We'll tweak it as we go. So let's just do 10 of them for now. Don't pre-buy vehicles until you're ready to use them. So I went ahead and bought these because they're going to have to come from here. Run all the way down to the... It's got to get all the way down to the other spot. I think this was that color. Yeah, close enough. And they go on that line right there. So we're going to unpause the game. This is pretty much all. I mean, of course, there's other things that I could do. I could put logs into the sawmill, into tools, into, I could oil, browse, or wait, crude, into oil, into plastic. I have to have an end. Plastic would have to be carried somewhere to be used, so I'm not ready for that change yet. And I'm going to make extensive use of all of the transports. That's my other goal. I'm not going to be focusing only on trains or only on land vehicles. I'm gonna build roads in between the cities, interstates and stuff, and all that stuff. I'm gonna do a. But for right now, my first focus is these two towns. For right now, the fuel refineries running, and see what else we got down here. There's some fish. This will be profitable, but it's not going to be profitable like just grabbing oil here and taking it to Eugene. Yeah. As soon as we get some cargo airplanes, I'll probably put some small dirt airports and stuff, start moving stuff around a little bit. All right. So let's unpause it. I did slow the time down. We're going to run at ×4 right now. I got to go take care of something real quick. I'm going to turn my camera off. And we're going to let this run. We'll go ahead and speed it up some. I'll be right back. I'm back. Let me turn the camera back on real quick. All right. So what I want to do, I want to let this run for just a few. As soon as I start seeing fuel build up, something else I could possibly do is when I run a road. If I run a road down along here like that, I could put another station, say like right here, to make the trip shorter. But what you have to remember is that when you shorten the trips, you get paid less. Little weird, but I get what they're doing. Now I will be taking a break about every hour or so, about 30 minutes. I'll be taking a break. We already have traffic here. And so there's a ton of crude up here. You're not, I mean, you could spam. Let's repay some of this first. Right there. I could put more vehicles on this route. But let's be honest, they're not carrying that much. They're not moving that fast. We'll just take what we can get as we wait for the time to tick. Now, the reason that I turned the time down and I'm running it on fast is because I don't want the years to go by too fast. If they start going by too fast, then you end up in a situation where, oh, I got a new truck. I'll buy that new truck. 2 years later, 3 years later, even 5 years later, oh, I got a new truck. I just bought a set of trucks. So I like to slow it down. Now, as we get going, I'll start probably slow it down to 2 times speed, and then it'll go to 1 time speed. Right now, I'm just trying to get a little bit through the years. I don't want to go too fast, though. We can look at our lines and see what they're doing. So the crude line is already making money, which is pretty good. So I want to watch these lines for a little bit. Let's turn the other sounds up, not the music. There's some music in this game that sounds really close to. I mean, it's remade music, but it sounds really close to some other music. So I just want to be careful that. Okay, so what's going to happen now is this station here. This they're going to make fuel, but it's going to pile up in here because there's no demand. What I want to do is I want to come down here, and your demand is going to be in your industrial area right here. So we're going to go like this, buildings, and we're just going to use a truck on load spot. Now, I do have a mod for streets. I don't know if I have it yet. I think it's too early. Yeah. Um, I have a mod for the streets that lets you put like these stations in. So what I want to do is I want to put it on this side. I'm not real concerned. I don't need the coverage out in the residential. I need the coverage on these ones with the little flame above their head. So yeah, in the center circle though, you see that how they're not highlighted. That's just a glitch, a visual glitch. It looks like. So I'm going to put this stop right here, and then to make sure that they don't like go all through town. Right there, I'm going to put a waypoint, and then we're going to define a new line. And we're going to make this line a red line, so I know that it's. And for right now, I'm not even going to worry about the road. We're just going to run it from there to here to there. Like that. See how it switched it back? It's really important. And we're going to rename this line Augusta Fuel. Later on, it will be Augusta Delivery Service because it'll be delivering multiple things. And then we're going to go up here to this right here. And we're going to buy some more of these carriages. We're going to get 6 of them. What color that? Red? Is that the right? It doesn't matter. As long as it's close, I don't care. Okay. So now there's a demand. Now we should start seeing fuel populate. And then we're going to do the same thing here in a minute. And we're going to run fuel up here to Corpus Christi. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and set that up now. Corpus Christi looks to be a little bit easier. For now, it's easier. We'll just put the station right there. I don't think I have to. We're going to make this one red too. We'll make it a little bit different. I don't think I have to do anything special with this one. Yeah, see, they turn around, come right back. So we're going to make this Corpus Fuel. So when I added that line here, it created a demand. Okay. So this is kind of like your demand level. You know, consumers, Augusta wants some, Augusta wants fuel. So it creates a demand. I can already see a problem. I'm not going to add the other, even though I have the line red, I'm not adding the other line because we're just not going to produce enough yet. This right here is starved for crude oil. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to grab this line, this crude oil line. And we're going to manage the vehicles. And we're going to add 4 more of them. And see if that helps balance it out a little bit. See the demand, the shipment, okay, the demand is really high, which is what shipment is. That's the way I read shipment. The demand is really high. But we're only transporting 16% of it. We're not transporting. The other thing that would probably be good to do that would help out here would be to add another pad or two. All right. That way it's ready to go. So we want this to kind of break even a little bit. We want to be moving enough fuel, enough crude oil to this here. Or to this station actually. Because we're transporting 50% of it, but we're not making that much. We're only making 36 because our shipment, or what they have stored is really, really low. So you kind of got to balance the lines a little bit. Because once this number starts jumping, once we start getting these shipments in and it starts getting crude, this transport's going to drop. This station is going to start getting overwhelmed. If we look at Augusta now, they've got 6, which means they're growing. You know, not bad. They've got 6 in their supply, which isn't too terribly good. Now the other thing later on, when we get trucks and stuff, is we're going to want to have a service outside of town. And that's just probably one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to build a big main shipyard or rail yard as a, like, spread the goods out type thing.